Maybe at some point I will start filming if I will be allowed to. When you own a cat, you're not the owner, the cat owns you. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Jade with Making Spirituality Real, and today I'm going to talk about a subject that interests a lot of people, even those who are apparently not interested in the topics of spirituality or astrology or tarot. But before that, I encourage you to please subscribe to my channel and visit my Etsy shop where you can book a private astrology, tarot, spiritual session with me, and also visit my Facebook page and my Tumblr blog where I post almost daily. I also answer people's queries. I'm currently in the middle of writing a series about numerology birth cards, which you can find on my blog. At the moment, while I'm filming, I'm down to life path 5, but of course all the other numbers will follow. And you can find all my links to all my social media in the description box below. Today we're going to be talking about karma, and I wanted to give you my very real perspective on it to show you how it's very deeply rooted in our physical reality and how it actually manifests. Because I know that many people, even those who are not interested in spiritual subjects, they have a very distorted vision of seeing karma as some sort of system of punishment and reward, as some sort of extension of school. But that's not really how it works. To understand it on a more mundane, simple level, we're going to look a little bit at very simple physics. It's going to be super simple, I promise you, because physics is not my strong suit. But if even I can comprehend the level of physics, I promise you, so can you. I was in a literary class and I'm an economics major, so like physics is like my Achilles heel. This level is going to be very simple, very low. I promise, like anyone can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So the bit of physics we're going to introduce is Newton's laws. And one of Newton's laws, I'm not sure if I remember the other ones. Okay, I do. So the Newton's law that interests us is the one that says that when you exert pressure in any direction on any object, this energy is going to return to you with the exact same amount of pressure, only in the opposite direction. I have a problem with the vocabulary here because I remember the Polish physics vocabulary when it comes to the physical terms, and I have never learned it in English, so excuse me if I'm not technically correct. And also, like I said, physics is not my strong suit. I am a spiritual person with her head in the clouds, so you know. But it's a very simple principle. If, let's say, I take my fist and start pressing it into my hand, then I'm going to feel a pressure back on my hand in the opposite direction, but with the exact same strength that I applied here in the first place. And that is exactly what karma is in spiritual terms. It's a spiritual mirror that shows us what kind of energy we have sent out, and that energy is being sent back to us to show us the current energetic state of our being. The problem with karma is that it operates on a completely different time level, on a different time span compared to the length of a human life. So because your soul has essentially most probably lived many lifetimes before, it doesn't matter if it's on earth or somewhere else, your soul carries the energy of all the lifetimes that it has carried with it. So that's why when we come to earth, some people start out very rough, some people have an easy ride, because their soul has already gone through certain experiences and the mirroring is no longer necessary for them. But some people have to learn some things, so in order to learn them, they go through painful growth experiences in order to reconnect with these lessons. So when people say, oh, karma is going to come back to you, they use it as a threat, but what it truly means is that basically the energy that you sent out towards yourself or someone else, the external world, is going to come back to you in the same form, so you can basically look at yourself and see what you are doing energetically. Now, this is a very useful tool because fundamentally we often ask ourselves questions as in, how am I doing? How is my progress? Who am I? You know, all these existential fundamental questions. And this way the universe gives us the ultimate tool to be able to monitor our progress, our status, our spiritual status, 21st century lingo, yo. And it allows us to look at what our soul has yet to accomplish and what it desires. Because any desire that we have as a human being is most often a distorted or not version, a version of reflection of our soul's desire. So essentially what that means is that in this given area, our soul is not yet realized. So the spiritual mirroring through karmic events occurs and shows to us what we are actually capable of at the moment and how much further we can go. Now, that is something that is very difficult for us to understand as human beings, because this often translates through events of pain and loss. And suffering is not something that as human beings do well with. Why? Because our purpose energetically is to be happy, whatever that means for anyone. But that can only be achieved if we enter an energetic state that allows us to express that happiness from within. So through karmic tools, we experience everything that's actually stopping us on this road to freedom and happiness. And that may manifest as a loss of a family member, or a loss of a relationship that you treasured, or of a job or a possession that you thought was very valuable to you. But then when you look back on the situation, you realize that these things happened for a reason, and you would not have been where you are right now had these losses not occurred. And this is a concept that's very hard to understand for us as human beings, because we always perceive loss as something negative. We think in the moment, we think about our immediate gratification, the immediate results, the immediate consequences, and we don't realize the bigger picture behind what is happening. And also, like I said, there is an element of confusion due to certain lessons being presented to us from other lifetimes. Why is karma such a useful tool spiritually? The reason for that is that when we incarnate on earth, we forget the greatness of our soul. We forget who we are on a spiritual level. We forget our vast and infinite spectrum of energy that we possess inside us. Because of this, it's very easy to behave in unconscious ways, and every human being on this planet is guilty of it. Make no mistake, even I myself, as I say this to you, have of course been through this, because this is what comes with being human. You know, it's a tough job for the soul. The truth is that this human incarnation is a form of a prison for the soul, for its boundless expression. But this is something we agree to because it offers growth experiences like nothing else for a reason. So while being incarnated here on this earth, we essentially constantly fight with our own unconsciousness, and the fact that gaining unconsciousness comes with a level of difficulty in this physical body. And karma is a perfect tool against this unconsciousness, because the truth is that even as this incarnation ends, even as we die, we will not have a complete consciousness of our soul in this body. We will die, each and every single one of us, partially unaware of our potential and our energetic blueprint. We will not fully know ourselves. Even if we spend our whole lives searching and trying to increase our level of self-awareness, in this human mind, this human body, there will never be enough time, intelligence in this monkey brain to fully grasp the infinite concept of our soul. So in fact, the more karmic events you have coming your way, the more grateful you should be, because nothing pries open your soul quite as much as karmic relationships, karmic events, or karmic situations, which often carry a burden with them. This is the ultimate way to actually truly find yourself and get to know yourself. Again, this is a very hard thing for us to understand and agree with and cope with as human beings, but there is no bigger teacher than pain. Because as humans in this animal skin, we are conformists, we are comfort-seeking creatures. We do not like uncomfortable experiences. We run from ourselves as much as we can just to avoid them, to avoid the pain, just to have something feel easy. And when something does feel easy, we stick to it. When something feels familiar, we stick to it, even at the expense of self-destruction of our soul, because of that very unconsciousness. So, in fact, you should think of your physical brain a little bit like a dog that needs to be trained, and karma being the ultimate teacher. But make no mistake, in its essence, karma is actually completely neutral. It's you that causes your own karma. That's right, when you think that the world is mad at you, Repeat that again. You are the one causing your own karma. You are the creator of your own karma. Why? Because karma is merely a mirroring tool. Your karma can't mirror what you once were not or what you once are not. So maybe let's say that you have grown up a certain way, but in the past there are some things about your personality that you didn't face, some traits of yourself, some aspects of yourself that you didn't closely look into. Then through karma, you're going to maybe meet a person who is going to exhibit these very traits to you. It happened to me many times that when I would meet some people who need my guidance, whether that would be clients in my personal services or people in my personal life, I saw my past self in them. I saw my own progress. I saw my own past mistakes and my own attitude in them. And that's what made it extra easy to tell them what to do, because I knew one step forward. I knew what the next step was. And I could illuminate their path for them so that they could see where to go. But that is also a way of spiritually monitoring yourself, of seeing where you have come from and where you're headed. So next time that some event or a person is triggering you, think to yourself, what is this event mirroring back to you? What is this event teaching you? What kind of truth about yourself is it expressing? There are many lessons that karma brings with us, because there's as many situations as there are aspects of ourselves, and everybody is unique. It's very important to let go of being angry with the universe, because after watching this video, you're going to understand how essentially you're just angry with yourself, with your own actions, with your own soul. And that leads nowhere. That doesn't lead to any understanding or progress in any direction. So the best thing you can do is try to approach things that may seem difficult or painful with an observer mentality, with a more neutral mentality. Of course, allow yourself the time to experience your grief, because not allowing yourself time to experience your emotions is not healthy either. And sure, you can nurse yourself back to health, take some time out, but you should always look at the event from a perspective of what part of myself is this event mirroring back to me? Who am I that things like this keep being shown to me in my face? Giving you a personal example from my life, I have experienced a lot of negativity from many people in my life, from family members to friends and acquaintances, and these events are a mirror of what I have allowed into my life and my struggle to learn boundaries, which is on this earth sadly necessary. Something that's difficult to do if you're a life path 11. If you are one, you are going to know that too. It's something that takes time into growing, but I could be looking at all those people and I could be crying, why was I born to a family that treats me like this? Or why did I have friends or relationships that ended in this way when people are in happy relationships? Well, the truth is that I'm in control of what I allow into my life, and so are you. You are also in control of what you allow yourself to be in your life. So next time you see something coming at you, take a breath and ask yourself, what part of myself is this karmic event or this karmic relationship mirroring back to me? And the moment you learn the lesson, the situation will stop happening, because then the truth has been learned. You already know yourself, you understand yourself, you have grown into yourself, and then you'll be simply moving on to the next one. Sorry, as long as your life, the cycle does not end. Pity. But when you incarnated, this is what you signed up for, so suck it up, soul, right? Just kidding. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think. There is no reward greater than the awareness of your own power and your own influence that you gain when you stop externalizing the causes of your events in your life. When you accept that at some fundamental energetic level, you are the cause of what's occurring to you in your life, you take back the power you have, the power to learn about yourself, and the power to make a change in your life. Right now, in 2021, we are in number 5 year, which is a number of fast-paced changes ruled by Mercury. There is no better time to make changes than now. So thank you guys so much for staying with me. I hope this cleared up some of the doubts that people have about the concept of karma, and especially the heavy emotional burden and the punishment element that seems to be going around with it, and that people understand how much we are in fact the creators of our own karma, and how much it's in fact a neutral tool that actually serves to help us in seeing the parts of ourselves that maybe we don't want to look at. Thank you so much for joining me in this video and staying with me till the end. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel, and also visit my Facebook page and my Tumblr profile and my other social media pages, where I update much more frequently than on this channel, and when you have access to all of my writing, which is free. And like I said, you can also book a private session with me where you're going to get an individual consultation of your astrological placements and also guidance from tarot. See you guys, bye!